What's up?
I'm Nolly.
I'm not wearing my ring.
Oh.
I'm Bo. And welcome.
Are you still married?
No. I don't know how to tell you.
Oh, my life. Wow. And welcome to another episode of Drinks on You.
Who are you?
I said it.
Yeah.
I said I'm Nolly.
I'm Bo.
You would think that we're like...
You gonna think?
You know what? Are you okay? Are you okay today?
I don't know. I think I'm just happy.
Okay.
Yeah. So if this is your first time, on our channel, welcome. We are a husband and wife duo that.
Though I'm not sure anymore. Because I'm not wearing a ring.
We like to have fun. But we also try and figure out this whole adulting thing together. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please hit subscribe and the notification bell. And if you enjoy the video, please share. And if you don't like the video, send it to someone you don't like.
So what are you drinking today?
Today, I am drinking a plunged orange pale ale. I still haven't figured out the distance. Can you guys see it? I'm going to move in slowly and I'm going to move out slowly. Wow. So hopefully you'll be able to read what's on it.
It looks like apple juice with froth.
It looks like this. It looks like these. Yeah. Okay. So it's orange. It's got an orange
tinge.
Smell it.
I've smelled it.
Taste
it does not. I can't taste the orange.
Taste
so it's
it.
Like, stop it.
Peer pressure. What are you drinking today, my love?
Today, because going through the most. Who told me to be a student in a global pandemic, guys? Huh?
As a mother.
Huh?
And
an employee.
And an employee.
Of multiple jobs. Guys, anyway, today I'm not stringing. Wow, can you tell? I am not drinking a strong beverage as I would love to, she says. Ha 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 ha.
Booze.
I'm drinking box standard tea, guys. Yeah, because woo.
And also because you got a shift after.
Yeah, I'm doing,
I just slept at 6 a.m. this morning.
No, I actually slept after 6.
Really?
After
nursery, after school.
After the nursery drop off.
Thanks for
But anyway, we're here.
Yeah.
We made it.
We did.
And we're still alive and kicking. Have you got your drink?
If you haven't got a drink, go and grab it. Got it?
Super quick.
Yeah. Got it now? You got it. So, without further ado.
Eyes.
And chink. Cheers.
That doesn't have the same effect because I'm not drinking an
alcoholic
beverage. But anyway, I hope your drink is nice and
satisfying. Yeah. Comment below what's your favorite drink to drink.
And when you said satisfying, all I thought was
slimy. It's satisfying.
Can you tell that I'm an avid Lion King fan? So in light of it being May, and here in the UK, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. Now, I was aware of Mental Health Awareness Week. Didn't realize it spanned across the whole month, but we thought we'd mark it by actually having conversation around it.
Mm-hmm.
I think within the Black community, I was going to say particularly African community, I think within the Black community, full stop, there is a lot of stigma around mental health, mental ill health. And actually, I know in South Africa, I think, and possibly Southern Africa, or maybe Africa as a whole, I don't know, if you're part of the diaspora of Africa, is it particularly linked to Africans?
No.
Okay, African diaspora. Let us know how your country is in terms of...
Or Africans in Africa. You can also tell us.
Yes, you know what? you know what
if
I was
you're
trying to
African,
say. And you are in touch with your Africanness
if you're
and
just
continent.
African.
Let us know if your country is well
rounded, educated.
Yeah, well educated around kind of mental illnesses, mental ill health. Because I know that in South Africa, I think we've come a long way in terms of knowledge and identification of mental ill health, but there's still a lot of stigma and a lot of like, oh no, could they be a witch doctor? Are they coming
Sangom.
to, bewitch me and stuff like that? There's a lot of that in South Africa. But we thought we'd have the conversation, a frank and open, and one that we hope you'll engage with. Comment below and let us know some of your thoughts. Did anything resonate with you? What are your thoughts about mental health?
Yeah.
Have you ever suffered from mental ill health? And if you've never heard that phrase or term before, we will define it for you shortly.
She will. I have no idea what it is.
Okay. Okay. So, babe.
Yes, babe.
What does mental health mean to you?
So what it currently means to me is just kind of how our brains and our emotions work together. I forgot to turn the sound off my phone.
Your favorite pastime?
It's just kind of what's happening in your brain and in your heart, because your brain processes your feelings.
Okay. Mental health. I've never had to stop and actually define it.
Because it's just become part of the general lexicon.
Yeah, the lingo. Yeah, the current buzz phrase. So mental health is it's going to sound so academic. I was about to say, oh my days. I was going to say the ability to function well in your day-to-day living.
Is that mental health, well-being, or just mental health?
Mental health. So I'm going to break it down even more, or narrow it down. So it's got to do with how you take care of your mind and how you process
crap and good stuff.
Process and digest information. So I'm particularly linking
and stimulus as well.
Okay, you just wanted to throw an academic.
No. I'm just thinking because you're like, if you have mental health issues or they're not always triggered by information. It's stimulus as well, isn't it?
So it's finding a healthy external but also internal balance of the kind of the hormones and neurological things that are happening in your mind. That sounded very far off.
Is that but isn't that well-being?
It's still linked to mental health.
Okay.
So I guess, so mental health is linked directly to the mind and how it functions.
Okay.
Mental health well-being is the intentional steps that we take to balance ourselves out.
Okay. So it's kind of like, because like if you were to say what is physical health, it's the state that your body is in, essentially. So would mental health be because you can have good mental health and poor mental health, but you still have some
mental health.
Yeah.
There is there's a thing of mental health. I feel like that definition was lame, so we'll probably do an official definition for you guys. But it's to do with the mind and
the state it's in.
Yeah, and how it functions and processes and copes with new and existing information. Can you tell that I've been doing and stimulus? Can you tell I've been doing assignments? So the definition, quick Google search, says that it's a person's condition regarding their psychological and emotional well-being. So it's got to do with how the mind functions, but also how it deals with the emotions. Yeah. There you go. So then earlier on, I mentioned this phrase of mental ill health. And so I think because you, like you said, you can have ill mental health and you can have, I don't want to say good and bad, but so this phrase of ill mental health is basically the state in which a person isn't functioning well with their psychological and emotional well-being.
But I suppose you can have good and bad. Again, physical health, you can be peak physical condition and you can be in really bad physical.
I think the phrase mental ill health is a new emerging one.
Okay.
To distinguish, because I think for the most part, as humans, we all suffer from mental ill health at some point or another in our lives, whether that's, you know, having low moods, to, you know, feeling depressed and kind of and low anxiety and all the other kind of psychological mental illnesses. But then there's the prolonged state of mental ill health. And so I think the emerging phrasing of mental ill health refers to kind of longer term issues of processing and coping.
Yeah, because I wanted to say, like, going back to us being from Africa, from Southern Africa, so I know growing up, there was kind of a... like, depression wasn't a thing. You're just really sad. Just get over it kind of thing. Or it's like you've got a full-time job. You have food in your belly. You have somewhere to live. Why are you depressed kind of thing? So when you're talking about mental ill health, even or just saying your mental health, your mental well-being isn't great. Even saying it now, there's still a part of me that's just like, that sounds like some white nonsense. Because that's how it was treated back home. It's like, white people have time for therapy. White people have time to, like, we just gotta eat. And I guess there's a whole element of colonization and being black. Being a black Zimbabwean, you had to be the absolute elite to get the bare minimum. So you had to work. There was no such thing as a sick day kind of thing. And so... what was I saying? Yeah, so like when I hear the term mental ill health, it's kind of, I equate it to the extreme of that, whereas it doesn't necessarily have to be extreme, because you said, sometimes it's prolonged, and sometimes you might just be going through like a short season of struggle.
Yeah. And actually, a lot, if not all, mental illnesses or disorders are linked to unhealthy habits that we had previously adopted as a way of coping with kind of situations or getting our needs met. And so it becomes an issue then when these old habitual ways of doing things are no longer... It's almost like software. If you're not constantly updating your phone software, it's not going to function at its optimum and within its new situation, its new field. So psychotherapy. You know, and so I think particularly back at home, you know, it was very split. Like you said, if you had money, if you had a roof over your head, clothes, you could feed your family. Why are you feeling low and sad? But actually what we've negated was that there's also the
quality of life.
No, I was going to say the actual kind of mental like balances, that kind of hormonal balances that play a part as well, and traumas and painful experiences, you know, are still in the mind. So we can't just pretend like they never happen. We can try and stifle them and press them down, but they still are a thing that exists in our mind. Because
if you think about it, so like, but you have a job. I hate my job. I hate the people I work for. I hate the people I work with. But you have a house. My neighbors are noisy. The house is leaking. The landlord doesn't look after it. So on and so forth.
You have a job. I don't get paid enough.
Yeah, I don't get paid enough.
I'm struggling to pay my bills. I'm struggling to live from day to day.
You have food in your belly. Yeah, but I eat beans on toast 7 days a week. Like, so I think... so yeah, again, going back to like... I guess this is... So coming from the whole depression is you need to pull your socks up kind of thing and just get over it, to a place of understanding that no, like depression, there's like a wide spectrum of it, from just really struggling, going through a tough time, to I can't physically get myself out of bed. But it just because someone is suffering from depression doesn't mean that it's always the extreme. And I think back home, the things that I noticed was people with like really extreme like mental health issues were either shunned or were cursed or it was never taken beyond their symptoms. Like it was always the symptoms that were being treated poorly, but just the symptoms being treated. So yeah.
Yeah, and depression, just to say, depression is only one type of mental ill health. There are, or mental illnesses, there are a wide range of different mental illnesses. And as I was saying before, that mental ill health and positive mental health, or whatever you want to call it, it's about differentiating that some people suffer from prolonged mental illness, which tends to be linked to a diagnosed mental illness, so depression, anxiety, PTSD, and such like. But there's actually also kind of seasonal or more shorter term mental illness. So there's SAD.
Yeah, seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah, I did not know that until I came to the UK. Well done, babe. And that typically is linked with winter because it's dark the whole time for long periods, and it's dark. You wake up and it's dark. You get home from work and it's already dark. So it's linked with the lack of sunshine and light. But it actually affects quite a lot of people. So SAD is what is the acronym for seasonal affective disorder.
Sorry, I just going back to like, because I'm thinking of, so a lot of at least in my personal experience, a lot of people who were suffering with mental health illness back home always turn to substance abuse to cope with that, but people never saw it as a coping mechanism. No. They just saw it as
it's just the way they
Uncle so and so likes to drink.
A lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle choice. Yeah, and the other, and I guess to a certain extent it is.
It can be. It's when it becomes. It's when it's in excess.
Yeah.
Because you enjoy beers and alcohol, but actually you can manage it, and it doesn't. You don't end up being drunk and falling all over the place, or dangers of
anymore. So, babe, as the resident expert.
Oh, for goodness sake. Never call me that again.
What, are there any tips that we could, like, what do you do to kind
You just batted
help?
back your own question.
Yep.
You know that, right?
Ding, ding. Captain America.
I love how you...
Or the gauntlets.
You literally...
Wonder Woman. Sorry.
Almost plagiarized my work. You just changed a few words, rearranged the sentence.
Babe. Our work.
Ah.
We are one flesh.
So some of the things that I found that help me kind of maintain mental health wellness, which I can't sit here and say I do them well and I've perfected them, but I know that when I do them and do them well, they are of the utmost benefit to me. So I try. So as much as the running for me, who's got a competitive streak to them, is about trying to get into the top 3 and to beat people, aka my husband, and the healthy competition in our household and that sort of stuff, it actually does me it does me a world of good. Once I've been out, fresh air, light, thinking about nothing else, being in the moment. I sound like such a therapist. Being in the moment, being just letting go and being present with me. So whether that's a walk, a run, but aiming to be out in fresh air. I was going to say in nature, we live in the city. Fresh air, to just fill your lungs with, I was going to say clean, fresh air.
Cleanish, freshish.
Fresh air and light. I did not realize the impact of light on your skin till this year. I don't even know what triggered.
Light or sunlight?
Light. Actually, I think it's light. So being outside in the light. But sunlight is the best light. But just being outside in the light does your mind and body a wealth of good. I try and talk, be a bit more in touch with what's going on, how I'm feeling. And I'm a big advocate for not bottling and holding on to things. Trying. How about you?
Doing a good job. PlayStation.
Okay. Specifics here. Okay.
Yeah, like, so, yeah, PlayStation. Like, I what I've realized is, I need to do something that requires as little brain function as possible.
So because I feel like PlayStation is a privilege. Not everyone has the privilege of getting a PlayStation. So could we name some free things that people can do? See what I did there, guys? No one is getting a PS5 here, okay? Okay?
I didn't even want a PS5.
I'm just letting people know, guys, if you are hoping that
I've
your
never asked for a
girlfriend or
console.
spouse, stop lying, would
Okay, and how many have you bought me?
0, because of this conversation right now. Anyway, this is a domestic now, okay? Carry on, babe.
Okay, yeah. So I said PlayStation more in terms of something that I can. It's a bit of escapism for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like some people feel recharged after they've gone for a run and stuff like that. I like running, but I don't think when I'm running. I don't. Or maybe
I don't think. All I'm thinking is, I'm dying, Jesus, I'm dying. I just need to breathe. I need to breathe. So as much as I made it sound like it's this wonderful time of great, no, I'm just like, you can do this. I'm just literally affirming myself and like, that's the whole duration of my run. Yeah. You're stronger than you think. You can do this. Yeah, keep going. Yeah. Keep going. Go to the bench. Bench 1. Bench 2.
She hates it when I do that, though.
Yeah, but, no, I need to tell it to myself, okay? Because I'm a strong black woman.
But it's essentially escapism.
I still don't feel like you've offered any concrete free things that people can do. So anything else? Drinking beer and playing PlayStation, is it for you? Okay. I mean, hey, fellow guys who are listening to this, is this part of the way of maintaining mental health well-being for you? What are some of the things that you do? Because I bet when people start articulating them, you'll be like, oh yeah, no, that's the stuff that I do too.
So I guess I don't know what I do.
That sounded like I gaslighted you in saying
gaslit.
I know. I was like, I don't think it's gaslit. Gaslighted.
Yeah.
That was not my intention.
I know.
I was just trying to kind of tease out of you kind of a list.
I could have just said I don't know.
Okay.
It's actually okay to say you don't know sometimes, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, but my go-to is not everybody's go-to. But for me specifically, it's time alone. Well, that's what it is.
There you go.
Time alone.
There you go. We don't need to keep 15 minutes.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's hilarious. But on that note, guys, comment below and let us know your thoughts on this discussion. What are some of your
go-tos? Yeah,
what do you do to support mental health and well-being for you? What are some of the practical things that you do? Drop us some tips. Yeah. Engage with the conversation. But on that note, we will be continuing this conversation.
Yeah.
And kind of being a bit more specific to and
non-PlayStation owners.
But on that note, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, bye.